Our first pick sees 17th place Brentford playing host to 11th place Manchester United. And Brentford, they were bested by Fulham in a West London derby last time out. The Bees opened the scoring thanks to Mikael Damsgaard in the 20th minute, but they would go into the break behind thanks to a quick fire double from Iwobi and Wilson. Fulham's victory would then be sealed thanks to Ethan Pinnock's own goal early in the second period, to secure a 3-1 win for the Cottagers. In terms of form, it's no win in 3 Premier League games for Brentford now. However, at home, the Bees are yet to taste defeat in this young season. They host a Manchester United side who managed to pick up all 3 points in their last match against Chelsea. Things got off to the best possible start for United when Robert Sanchez got sent off 5 minutes into the fixture, and with a man advantage, perhaps it wasn't too much of a shock to see Bruno opening the scoring in the 14th minute. Casemiro then doubled the advantage before the interval, but with the scores at 2-0, with an extra man on the field, it would take something monumental for Manchester United to throw away all 3 points here. But Casemiro tried his best as he got sent off for his second yellow card in a 28-minute span. The slip would then continue as Chalobah scored in the 80th minute to really panic Manchester United fans in the final period of the game. But alas, this would turn out to be a consolation goal for Chelsea, and Manchester United would win the match 2-1. In terms of form for United, it's now 2 wins from their last 3, and they are unbeaten in their last 4 Premier League games, which isn't a bad start to the season at all when you consider the absolute circus that United have been in recent years. When we take a look at the head-to-head record, the last encounter between these sides took place in May, when the season was in its closing stages. This match saw a bit of a goal explosion as Brentford managed to pick up a 4-3 victory at the GTech, and at one point in the game they were 4-1 ahead in the second half of that fixture. Longer term, that win for Brentford did stop a 4-game unbeaten streak for Manchester United over the Bees. My prediction for today's game is that it's still very early on in the season, and I'm yet to put these sides into a box yet. On the Brentford side of things, I think their messy recent form is that of a lower to mid-table side, and that's probably where they are in my assessment. Whereas Manchester United, there are a lot of people preying on them to fail, but I think they have looked strong in brief spells across games this season. They've perhaps just failed to tie these strong periods into one cohesive performance. The head-to-head record is also tricky to pin down, so instead of coming down on one side or another, I'll be looking for another goal fest in this one. Brentford have seen over 2.5 goals in each of their last 3 Premier League games and in 4 of their last 5 matches in total. Additionally, they've seen 1 of their 2 home games this season reach the over 2.5 goals mark. Similarly, with Manchester United, they've seen over 2.5 goals scored in each of their last 3 Premier League games and in 1 of their last 2 away matches. When we take a look at the head-to-head record, both of the last 2 and 3 of the last 4 head-to-head encounters have seen over 2.5 goals. Additionally, 3 of the last 4 games that took place at the GTech have seen over 2.5 goals scored. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to back over 2.5 goals for a full stake here in bet number 1.